Welcome back to the Birdhouse Mock Draft Monday 14.0 on the Dynasty Rewind. And tonight we are heading into startup season. That's right, no more rookie drafts here. Tonight to join us with the fun is our boy DFF, Frankie Panthro, as well as Aaron Troll from the Fantasy Bros. Fellas, how we doing tonight?
Doing good. How about you?
Oh, we're talking football, man.
Yes, we are.
It is a good night. Aaron, how are you doing this evening?
Wonderful. There's nothing better than talking ball with the boys.
All right. So Frankie's been on before. Half of the listeners probably know enough about DFF already. But Aaron, where you I found you in our new content creator startup. We're in round 23 now, I believe. And you wanted to hop on tonight. So tell the audience who you create content with. Oh.
Absolutely. So my YouTube is the Fantasy Bros. Just started back making content over there. Me and my brother did it years ago in 2022, 2023. Got deployed for a year in Germany. Kind of threw everything out of whack. 11-hour time difference. You can't really record videos. So got back, we got out of whack on it. I just started back making videos again, maybe 2 or 3 weeks ago, and then created a X account, Fantasy Bro Aaron. So you can follow me on there.
Yeah. All right. Thanks for your service, my friend. Thank you.
Absolutely.
Yes,
absolutely.
Thank you for us.
Thank you
for your service. And we're glad to have you for your service tonight. And your gift is the 101. Now, this is the first time, just for the audience, first time we're doing a startup here this year. And so Aaron is going to get the 101, 104, 107, 110. Frank will get the 102, etc. And we'll talk a little about the strategy after the pick that we select. So I made it a 12 by 11 Superflex 0.75 tight end premium format for us. All right. So a little juice to the tight ends. Nothing too crazy, though. But that'll play into where the big boys go, I'm sure. All right. So without further ado, Aaron, you get the 101. Who do you want?
Oh, shit.
So to me, this is super easy. I'm slamming Bijan. I know everyone is going to be like, oh, no, you didn't take Josh Allen or Drake May, super flex. I don't care. Give me Bijan. Give me the best running back in the game. No Algier anymore. Unhook him. Unchain him. Let the boy feast. He is my 101.
I like it. Spicy.
I do like it,
Frankie
too.
And I were actually just talking about this before the show. I took Bijan in three of my all the startups. I got Bijan in the one we're in.
Absolutely.
Aaron. So, yes, I am all aboard with the Bijan advantage. Him and Gibbs are just head and shoulders above the rest. And give me Bijan if I got to decide between the two. But anyway, Frankie, that means you're up at the 102. What are you going to do now?
So since he took Bijan and I thought he was going to take Allen and I was going to get Bijan, damn it. So you know what? Give me Gibbs. Give me Gibbs here. I'll take the next best running back on the board. So
now this one, I didn't make it a PPC, but tell me, guys, why you would still consider taking the running back first here over Josh Allen.
I'm taking Gibbs right now because I still have a couple quarterbacks up my sleeve that I think can produce just enough points where I'm not worried about the quarterback, because I look at it this way. Unless it's somebody that's going to put up 10 to 12 points plus an average quarterback, I'm not going to grab the quarterback right away. I'm going to go for the position and what's going to give me my points on a weekly basis. So since he did take Bijan first, I had to go Gibbs because I do want that one position where I can strategize it now and then go heavy on my other positions later.
Aaron, you got anything to add to that, or is it pretty similar?
Pretty much the same. If anyone's seen my recent video, I don't like to hold value in quarterbacks for Superflex because honestly, outside of 1 or 2 outliers per season, they're all within, 4 points of each other. So to me, I want the running back that could, score 10 or 8 more points than running back 5 or 6 versus the quarterback where, like you said, I can find a quarterback in round 6 or 7 that's going to at least be close to the top guy.
Yeah, I mean, I'll be honest. I've seen Allen get traded in a couple of my leagues. Surprisingly, I mean, one of them he still went for a massive haul. Like the champ from last year gave up all of her picks. I mean, 3 firsts, 3 seconds, 2 thirds. Now, granted, they're probably going to be late because this is a pretty damn good team that she had, but still, like, to give up all of that flexibility. And, you know, at some point, somebody's going to dethrone the king here. I mean, right? Like, what is it, 7 or 8 years in a row now where he's finished 1 or 2 at quarterback?
Mm-hmm.
Like, this is also kind of a bet on that, too, isn't it? By going running back.
Everyone thought that Jaden Daniels was going to be the next one that's going to do it. So now I'm one of them that not Jaden Daniels, but I did believe that Drake May is going to be the next Allen that's going to be coming off the boards in the first round or the first pick and everything like that. Hey, listen, I took Allen with the first pick in one of my startups. I took Bijan with the first pick in one of my startups as well. So again, you know, I do want the variety of players on my on all my teams. So it's sometimes you're going to play a little bit, but for overall, I'm always going to I'm going to wait, like we both said, Aaron and I, on the quarterback for right now.
Yeah, no, it makes sense. If you've got a portfolio, you definitely want to, you know, disperse the higher end asset, especially, right? Because if Josh Allen were to go down with God forbid, a bad injury for the year, you're screwed.
You're screwed in all your leagues. Correct.
Screwed, yes.
Yep.
All right. Well, now I'm sitting on the 103, and if this were to happen, oh my gosh! And I didn't list if it's a 6 point per touchdown or 4 point per touchdown. I guess I don't know. For Allen, it really doesn't matter. So I guess going forward, we'll just say it's a 6 point per touchdown, -2. Okay. But I am going to take Allen. I don't know that would have changed either of your guys's based on your philosophy. You still were going running back, right?
Yes.
Yeah. I'm gonna take Allen. So actually, a 6 point per touchdown actually probably hurts Allen because gets all the rushing touchdowns. But either way, I don't think I can pass on the number 1 player at 3rd overall here. He still, as I mentioned, carries a ton of value if I were to want to trade him. And it sets up the draft differently. But, you know, 4 or 5 years ago, if there weren't 7, 8, 9 quarterbacks drafted in the first round, we thought something was going wacky, right? Now it's a different game. And, but I'll still take Allen. I'll let it roll. Okay.
Right.
Aaron, now it's back to you at the 104.
And once again, I'm going to pass on quarterback. Give me Jamar Chase.
You're going Chase number 1.
Yep.
All right.
So my reasoning there is I honestly think Drake May is probably one of the best sells in Dynasty right now because, I mean, he's honestly at his peak. I don't know how his value goes even higher. If he has anything less than, you know, a Josh Allen season this year, your value is going to tank. A la Jaden Daniels last year. He was the golden boy. He was the next up for number 1, dethroning Josh Allen. 1 bad season. And now, granted, he's still a first-round startup pick. Don't get me wrong. But the value's already tanked a little bit. So to me, if there's any chance I can trade Jake May for a down-tier quarterback and then completely revolutionize like another one of my positions, I'm doing it. So same thing in the startup. I will bypass May, who may have just had his best season, and get Jamar Chase, who I think is going to be the number 1 receiver easily.
Yeah, and May could even have a good season, but lose value, right? I mean, like he has to really. They just made it to the Super Bowl, right? Now I think he will get a little bump for the community's sake. Like if they do get AJ Brown coming up here in a few weeks, like just the morale of people who own Drake May will go up. But,
I definitely agree with that.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of young guns clawing at his heels there, right? And we'll get into those quarterbacks coming up here. But there's a number of guys. If Josh Allen weren't to finish number 1, like I don't know who I would put number 1 other than May, there's probably 5 guys I could name that could be the number 1 quarterback if it isn't Josh Allen. So, all right. Now it's on you, Frankie. Are you going Drake May, or are you going to make me take all the quarterbacks here?
Yep. I'm going JSN right here. JSN,
Yes.
I'm going my wide receiver 1, and that would be JSN. And it's actually it's a 1A and a 1B with Jamar Chase. So if he would have went JSN, I would have went Chase. So yes, I'm going JSN with my pick.
So now it gets to me, and so here's what I'm gonna say. The guys right next to me in a startup draft, I like to differentiate from, especially early on, because then you're not trying to draft the same positions usually later on in the draft as you get to rounds 5, 6, 7, 8, right? You don't want to be, you know what I'm saying here, right? Like I took Josh Allen. You don't want to be picking a quarterback at 111 and then you take another quarterback at 202 and you got 2 quarterbacks. And then the guy who has Josh Allen also lands Patrick Mahomes. Okay. Because then he's still got an advantage on you. Having Allen and Mahomes versus, I know you can get 2 good quarterbacks at 111 and 202, right? But you don't have the advantage anymore. The guy who took Josh Allen has the advantage. So that's where I like to differentiate rather than follow the herd here. I mean, I love Puka and he would be my pick, but I'm going to go Drake May because
Now I got to ask you a question. Are we doing this based off these are our players for our team, or are we doing it as we're 12 separate managers?
12 separate managers.
Okay, good. Okay. All right. Then that
12
that
separate
makes sense
managers.
Right that makes sense.
So give your as we get into rounds 2 and 3, give your strategy for that particular team. Absolutely.
Good. Okay, good.
Yeah. Yeah. All right, Aaron. It is back to you. We're flying. I mean, Frankie, we'd still be on pick 2 if we were doing a rookie draft.
We would be.
So next up, I'm once again passing on quarterback and give me Puka Nacua.
Wow.
So
that's who I was going to take, but
I have no problem with that whatsoever.
Yeah, he's my wide receiver 3 and behind Chase and JSN. So honestly, though, if you said you wanted to contend this year, I would have no problem going Amon-Ra right here. He's been top 3 straight years. Can't really argue with the consistency. Puka, I think, obviously has the season-to-season upside, but he also has probably the most long-term downside and unknown. Like, sure, what happens if they win the Super Bowl this year? Stafford retires, McVay rides into the sunset and goes to his luxurious broadcasting job. Then what? You have a rookie quarterback with a new coach, or not a rookie, but a first-time starting quarterback with a new coach. Like, what is your outlook, So to me, season per season, Nacua has as much upside as anybody, but he also has the most unknown to project of anybody.
Correct.
Fair enough, but he's still definitely worth the 107 pick.
100%.
I mean, you can argue taking Puka over Chase and JSN as well. So
Absolutely.
This is a great time to go buy him actually, because now he's actually like available, right? If you go look at some of the trades lately, I mean, people are getting him for. I saw one Zay Flowers at the 27 for. Like, come on,
that's a no-brainer. Come on,
give me Puka. Yeah, that's what I mean though. Usually when you're talking, especially these 7 assets that we just grabbed, right? They're unavailable, right? You try and come at them, and you have to unload your whole chest of draft picks or whatever, right? Just to have him actually available on the market is something, and that's when you got to go pounce on them, right? You never know in your league whether the guy is savvy or not, who owns him, or they're just, I don't know, not feeling it anymore. So anyway, Frankie, now it's on you at the 108. I think this is where the draft really begins, right?
Yes, it does.
First 7, it's hard to, unless we were in a start 2 tight end, full point premium, then you might have had one of the tight ends go. But I think this is where it really begins in a format like this. So which direction you want to lead us here?
Speaking of tight ends, I'm taking Bowers.
Going Bowers?
Give me Brock Bowers right there, yes.
All right. Cannot blame you for that pick there. Bowers is still my top tight end. Aaron, you got him top or McBride?
If I'm going in a dynasty startup, Bowers is my number one.
Yeah.
If I'm competing, right now, I could see you putting McBride number one. But the 3 to 4 year age gap difference, like in a startup, you just have to give Bowers that advantage there.
Yeah, that, and I don't know that Jacoby Brissett's going to be slinging it 50 times a week.
I don't think he's going to be the starter very long.
I don't think so. I think Beck is going to take over probably by week 2, 3. If Beck doesn't start at week 1, yes.
Coming from a Cardinals fan,
you didn't even. I forgot to even. Oh my god! Right.
Have you ever seen a quarterback go 2-15 in his last 17 starts and then hold out asking for more money to start?
And that's another reason why I think Beck is going to be starter week 1, possibly. Yes,
he's missing all of these OTAs with a brand new coach, brand new offensive system, and he's holding out for more money after going 2-15. Like, bro, just start the rookie and get this guy out of here. Who cares?
Exactly.
See what you got.
Said that on the podcast. Yep.
Well, speaking of rookies, I am going to jump on the rookie fever here and take my RB3, and that's your boy, Jeremiah Love. I am not afraid of the Cardinals' landing spot one bit.
Me either.
I think
Aaron, you got to love that you got Jeremiah Love. You have to love
Absolutely.
that.
I was screaming for that pick so bad. Everyone, you can't draft a running back. That's malpractice. I do not care. Give me the number one player in the draft. I don't care that he's a running back. He was BPA of the entire draft. I don't care. Just pick him.
Exactly.
Love it.
I'm tired of picking top 10 and getting bust every single time. Get the one dude that is bust proof. Now, I probably just jinxed him, but
Nah, you didn't.
Hey, now you got a true face of your franchise. It's not Kyler Murray. Marv would have been nice to happen, but
should have been.
Marv still could. He still could come. He still could make it.
They got weapons over there. They got Marvin Harrison. They got Wilson. They got McBride, and now they got Love. I mean, they got it everywhere.
I mean, think about this. If he goes to Tennessee, like he's getting 8 in the box right out the gate.
Yep.
Right? It goes to Arizona, though. You're talking, you got to guard Marv, McBride, and Michael Wilson. Like, he's going to have some good running lanes, I think.
Yeah.
I'm bullish.
That was my argument the whole time. Like, for whatever reason, draft Twitter said, if he goes to Tennessee or to the New York Giants, that's a perfect landing spot. But for whatever reason, the Cardinals aren't. Like, the Cardinals have the best pieces around him for him to succeed. And everybody wants to talk like our offensive line is the Raiders line from last year. It's not. I'm not saying we're the freaking Cowboys, but we're at least an average offensive line. Like, he's not just going to get hit 15 times in the backfield as soon as he touches the ball.
And that's what you need an average. You only need an average line for Jeremiah Love. You don't need a Dallas Cowboy line. Correct.
I'm so glad to hear you guys.
He's going to make that offensive line look good. Trust me.
Yes, absolutely.
He is.
Now, you being a Cardinals fan, Aaron, I just want to know, because a lot of speak also was on the owner versus the GM on this pick. Now, you are much closer to that than the rest of us. Was it true, do you think, the GM got overstepped here so that they could get a face of the franchise in Love? Because your GM has been pretty savvy in the recent drafts. I'll give him that. And taking a running back at number 3 is not the best positional.
So I think it was probably some owner and also some head coach. You bring in an offensive guy. The past couple drafts, we've went very defensive heavy when we had Jonathan Gannon and everybody. I feel like you always want to give the ammo to your coach of whatever side of the ball they come from because you want to give them the best shot to succeed. So bringing in an offensive guy, to me, it made the most sense. Hey, let's give this guy his face of the franchise. If you remember a couple years ago when Nathaniel Hackett was head coach for the Jets, LaFleur was OC. That was when Brees Hall had his best season of his career. And then for whatever reason, Jets gonna Jets. They fire LaFleur, fire Hackett. Well, now it's the inverse. LaFleur is now the head coach. Hackett's the OC. LaFleur is calling plays, though. But I think he levied for him as much as anybody, I do think he was actively shopping the pick, as the rumors were, because, he's traded down in every single draft just about that he's done. But honestly, I just don't think people were giving up enough to not draft Jeremiah Love. Like, to me, if Cowboys would have offered 12 and 20 or the Chiefs would have offered 9 and 29, I think they would have listened and probably took those offers. But if you're coming in here with like 9-40, like, no, we're just going to stick and pick. But also not a fan of not firing our GM personally. I feel like any time you fire the head coach that goes with him, you're automatically putting pressure on the new coach because honestly, our roster, given the division we're in, I don't think we're ready to go all in. But the GM trying to save his job, he's going to go all in, and because he has to win. He's had 15 wins in 3 seasons. That's not really good.
No.
So he's going to push all of his chips in and try to win now. And it kind of does a disservice to the coach. So let's say we have another shit year, which we probably will. You're going to now fire your GM. Now you're going to bring a new GM in. He's going to want to bring in his own coaches. And so you just created a big old mess. You should have, if you were going to fire Gannon, you should have just cleaned house and brought in a whole new.
So when do you want to see Carson Beck come in? How many losses in a row is it going to take?
I want him to start week 1.
Just have him start week 1.
Look, Brissett's not our future. We've seen the peak of what Brissett had. Was it fun for fantasy? Yes. Will he ever win you games? Absolutely not. All of his stats came in the fourth quarter after we were getting our butts kicked for 3 quarters. And then all the fantasy guys were like, oh, let's go. The Cardinals offense is alive.
Well, there was the Cowboys game. Everybody saw the Cowboys game on national TV. So
I will say, as bad as the Cardinals history is, the one team we always destroy is the Cowboys. I do not know why, but every year we could be the worst team, which is very often. But every time we play the Cowboys, we are the 85 Bears. Every time.
All right. Well, we got a question from the chat here. Meatball, our top watcher here. Do you think if JSN has another huge year, he could be wide receiver 1 next year? Well, I think to some he already is.
Correct. He's the A1.
I mean,
A1 and AB. Correct.
Yeah, there's one A, B, or C, really. Again, if I throw Puka into the mix, I know he's probably fallen. So it's really Chase or JSN right now. But you could easily argue JSN taking him first, right, guys?
Absolutely.
I mean, just based off of age.
It's
I think Chase. I would take Chase
preference
because he's got Burrow attached to him, and I like Burrow more than Darnold. But JSN is what, a year or 2 younger?
2, I believe.
2 years. Yeah. 2 years class wise. I know. All right. Well, Aaron, we're back to you now at the 110. So what do you want to do with this squad here?
So this is always the conundrum right here. I like taking the shot on Jaden Daniels, but man, these Russian quarterbacks that are so young and automatically assumed, I mean, think RG3, think these type of guys, man, it just gets me so worried.
And his frame is
he's so skinny.
So
Lamar isn't much bigger. I mean,
he's not.
He's not, but
he knows how to slide. He does.
That, and even Lamar himself, the past couple seasons has dealt with injuries, missing a month plus. It's just something that happens. The longevity of those type guys. I mean, Allen being the anomaly because he's 260, unlike these dudes who are like barely 200.
Right.
It's a completely different frame. And then you look at Burrow, 6 point per passing touchdown, but he's 29. You look at Lamar, he's 29. Nabers coming off of drastic knee injury. So I think really you're looking, if it was me, it's between Amon-Ra or Trey McBride. So I would go Amon-Ra here. I said previously, 3 straight years in the top 3. He is the most consistent fantasy receiver that probably doesn't get the hype that he deserves. You know, he's always overshadowed by Jettas, Nabers, Puka, Jason, all these guys. But he's the only one that's been top 3 straight years.
Yeah. He gets the job done. He does the dirty work. And I can't argue with that pick. No. All right. Frankie, 111. Who are you going to jump on here?
So he again took my pick. I'm going to go McBride right here.
All right.
If I was that manager, Bowers is off. The wide receivers, our top 4 wide receivers are off the board. You could go a running back here, but I think the safe ceiling would be go McBride right here. So I'm going to take McBride.
Okay. So now at the 112, and this is tough for me because honestly, whenever I'm in the derby for startups, I pick towards the front. I like picking on the ends either way. I don't like being stuck in the middle.
Correct.
Then it's like, I always feel like I got to draft by ADP then when I'm drafting in the middle. If I'm on the ends, I feel like One of my picks I can go kind of by ADP, but the other one I can reach on because I know he's not going to make it back, right? So it's okay if I reach 5-10 picks on my guy. But in the middle, you don't want to be reaching because then you're like, then the guy would have made it back to you. And you're like, oh my God, what did I just do? So anyway, that said, at 112 and 201, and we did do third round reversal, just so you guys know.
Okay.
I am going to go. I am going to go Malik Nabers and Ashton Jeanty. And I'll tell you why, because I think I like the pocket of quarterbacks that are available in rounds at the 4-5 turn that I know I can get one, if not two there. Okay. And I'll be okay with them because at the 301, there's a wide variety that could fall to you. I think there's a tier for me, at least, that lasts to like the first 4 or 5 picks in the third round. So that's the advantage I see of being on the backside in the third round reversal. So I'm going to play into that, and that's why I'm going to non-quarterbacks here. And that's just my thought process there. I like splitting it up between wide receiver and running back here just to get my shot at a top running back, because Jeanty could get into that mix with the top 3 this year. We'll see how good the Raiders offense is. That's my real only holdback, because, he's got to get double-digit touchdowns for him to be fighting with those guys really in the top 3. And I don't know if the Raiders are going to be that good this year, but he still does possess that high-end upside. So, all right. Frankie?
I'm up.
That's on you.
No, Aaron's up.
Yeah, no, 202. 202, it's your team.
Oh.
See, we're get back. I got 2 picks in a row.
Oh, okay.
Back. Yeah, this is your team.
Oh,
Aaron's got to sit and wait for 4 picks.
Wow. Okay, so since this is my team here,
Yes,
I tried
McBride,
and I took McBride.
Yeah,
you took Jeanty and Nabers on me, so I'm not going quarterback here. I can tell you that right now. Definitely not going quarterback. So I'm not going to go running back now since you took Jeanty, because I would have took Jeanty there. I'm going to make, you know what? Give me McMillan.
you're taking Ted McMillan already.
Yes, I'm taking McMillan, and I'll get to my next pick when I can pick, and I'll tell you the reason why I took McMillan and not who I'm going to pick next. If Aaron doesn't
At the 302, you mean at the 302 for that team?
No, yes, for that team, correct?
Yes. All right. Well, we'll wait for that because I want to hear it. It better be good. Okay, 203. Aaron, it is back to you for your Amon-Ra squad. Which way do you want to build this one out?
So to me, again, still fading quarterbacks. I do love all the quarterbacks on the board, obviously, but give me Jettas. Gives you 2 shots at a top 5 receiver. I think the improved quarterback play with Kyler Murray there. Ooh. The report today, oh my gosh, it's going to be a competition. 0 shot. If Kyler Murray gets beat out by J.J. McCarthy, his career's done. You can hang him up right now.
Actually, I think Kyler Murray's career is done already. So that's why I did not take Justin Jefferson right there, because I am so skeptical about Kyler Murray.
So I'm the Cardinals fan that wanted to keep Kyler Murray. I do not think that what has happened is his fault. We have never had a quarterback succeed with this org in the 111 years that we've been made. And so all of these people saying, it's Kyler's fault, he couldn't save this franchise.
Jake
guess
Plummer,
what, buddy?
What are you talking about?
Yeah.
We've been to the playoffs
Plummer,
11 times in 111
Jake Plummer
years.
was awesome.
Wait,
Jake
and also didn't what's his face play for them on Thursday Night Football? What's his name? Oh my God, I'm drawing a blank.
Boomer played for the Cardinals for a little bit.
No, not Kurt Warner, not Boomer. I'm thinking of what's his face?
Carson Palmer?
No, the beard with the beard.
Kurt Warner.
No. Yes, Fitzpatrick. Yes. No, okay. Why am I thinking he was a Cardinal at one point in time?
Played,
Well, I mean, he
He's
played
played
for
for
like
so many
every
teams.
other
for
team.
every
He
single
played
other
for
team.
every single team. I thought he played for the Cardinals at one point.
Yeah. But yeah.
All right. Now we're at my Jeremiah Love squad. And, well, since I went Love first round, I'm going to try and go robust running back here. And we're going to jump on Omari and Hampton. And I'll tell you why. Because Hampton gets Mike McDaniel and Devon Achane doesn't anymore. And Hampton has a much better chance at double-digit touchdowns than Achane. And touchdowns are a fluky stat. They can be, but there's also a way to beat that flukiness. Like if you're a bottom 5, but what are the odds that Breece Hall is getting 10 touchdowns this year? Right?
Not likely.
I mean, it's just
No.
You can make a bet on certain guys getting more touchdowns than others, and I think this is a good bet with the Chargers. Not that David Njoku is some, all pro, but he is very good, and he is going to help that blocking out. And, I know a lot of Veranda Gadsden owners were probably saddened by the news today, but I think it's sneaky that it actually opens things up for Gadsden. And I mean, Harold Fannin did all right. Frankie and I were talking about it before the show. Harold Fannin did all right with Njoku there last year. And it's only a 1-year deal either. So don't go selling your Gadsden shares like crazy, because the time to sell them was yesterday or this morning. In my case, I got to move up from the 109 to 105 and snap up Makai Lemon, but you can check out my Twitter handle for that one. All right, Frankie, you are up with your Brock Bowers team now.
That's where I was going to go, Hampton. So now that Hampton's taken, you know what? I don't really want to do this with this team.
Rhino tight end, you going Loveland?
I was thinking that. No, we'll go Joe Burrow here.
Joey B. All right. Tell us why you took Burrow over the other options at quarterback. 6 points per touchdown. Simple as that.
Correct. Yes. I'm not a Jeanty Daniels fan. And I'm definitely not a Hurts fan at all. So Patrick Mahomes.
What about Caleb Williams? Back in January,
actually, I have a problem with Caleb Williams, but I have Caleb Williams. I have him slightly below Burrows.
Okay. Because back in January, when they were making that playoff run, I was like, this kid's going to rise up to quarterback 3 in startups. Watch. And you're just saying you're taking the safer outlet here.
I'm taking, and I prefer Joey Burrow over Williams right now. But I have them right now.
I like rooting for Joey B over Caleb, too.
Yes.
Now you don't have to buy any fingernail extensions.
Yeah, buy some nail polish for your fingernails. Correct.
All right, Aaron, you get your Puka team here, and how are you going to build this one out?
So I am finally going to take a quarterback.
Okay. So are you going different because there's a squad that has 2 wide receivers? I know it's technically you're picking for that one, but is that part of it? Because there's a couple of wide receivers you could grab here.
I just think the value at quarterback now is to the point to where it's tiering above wide receiver. Love CD, but he's already 27. Down year, how much of that was due to the ankle injury? Obviously, that probably hampered him the rest of the season. I expect to bounce back. London, I love him. He's 24. But to me, Jaden Daniels.
No quarterback there.
Exactly. No quarterback. Who knows how long it's going to be till they get one. So to me, I'm just going to take the shot with Jaden Daniels, someone who I think he and Lamar are basically the same thing, but he's like 6 or 7 years younger. So give me 2 players that could potentially finish number 1 at their position. Just take the upside shot.
There you go. All right. I like it. Okay. Now I'm on my Drake May team. And so nobody has 2 quarterbacks yet. And so I think I'm just going to go that route. I'm going to take – I'm going to do it. I'll take Caleb Williams.
Wow.
All right, there we go. I'll do it. I'll suck it up. I'll be the one. I don't want him falling to the third round here. That'd be too crazy. So Caleb, tons of upside. Ben Johnson offense, great weapons. Everything is there in place. It's just a matter of whether this kid has his head on straight and can carry the city of Chicago on his shoulders, because there's an immense amount of pressure there being in Chicago. I'll give him that, but he handled it well last year. We'll see if he can grow on that. I mean, it's possible, but we'll see. I'll take a shot as my, QB2 here. It definitely gives me a little leash for one of the two to not perform as well and still contend. So I'll go with that. All right, Aaron. No, Frankie, back to you here with your JSN squad.
Yeah, we're gonna go. This manager is saying to himself, you know what? Quarterbacks are coming off the board, but I'm not going to jump on that train right now. And I don't want to go for a running back either here, because right now I think I can wait maybe 1 or 2 more rounds for the quarterback. But I am going to take another wide receiver, and I'm going to take CeeDee Lamb here. There's no way I can let him pass me at this point right now. He's probably not going to make it back to me in the 3rd round, so I might as well get my wide receivers as I can, my 2 wide receiver ones on both these 2 teams. So,
all right,
going wide receiver here.
Hey, JSN CeeDee, that's a good start. I love CeeDee, but he fell to the 302 in my most.
I know
it's a little scary, but I don't know. I think that ankle injury, especially that concussion. That concussion is what killed him. He was having a monster game, and it was right at the beginning, right before halftime, or right at the start of the second half. That was just brutal. That killed a lot of fantasy owners with that concussion. But we'll see. I have faith he can bounce back. All right, Aaron, what do you want to do now? You have a wide receiver. You want to double tap wide receiver, or what are you going to do here?
Yeah, so CeeDee was my pick. I was hoping he would fall, get Chase and CeeDee. I've went back and forth in my head how I would personally build this one out. I keep going between Drake London and Lamar Jackson. I think Lamar's the last quarterback there that gets you that potential first overall finish. London, he's only 24. He doesn't have a quarterback this year, but we've seen in the past Tua, who I think will win the job over Penix, can at least provide, players enough targets to get good fantasy finishes. I mean, Tyreek Hill had like 300 points a couple years ago with Tua, just hyper targeting him 30 times a game. So I think I do go Drake London here. Just double tap receiver again.
Yeah.
And now I have 2 studs under the age of 26, and we're ready to rock.
Ooh. Well then. You left. That means that opens the door for the Josh Allen owner to jump. I would be running to the podium here if Lamar Jackson was sitting there and I owned Josh Allen. Like,
wow.
To start Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson.
Holy
I can't.
Cow.
I love Jackson Dart and Justin Herbert, but give me Lamar Jackson. Even Jalen Hurts would be in the consideration here, because I think Jalen's fallen too much. But that's another conversation. Lamar, I think he's developing that passing game very well. I don't know how it'll mesh with the new coordinator, but I think he's learned from some that have failed, like Cam Newton, right, that he's got to become a pocket passer, and he could continue his career and play another 10 years if he does that, much like Donovan McNabb did, right? McNabb was a big scrambler early on, but he learned how to become a pocket passer, and he had quite a long career that way. So I think Lamar is developing that, and by the Baltimore draft, they didn't hurt his chances there, grabbing a couple of receivers for him. I don't know how they'll fit in fantasy-wise, the rookie wide receivers that they drafted, but he has been given more talent there at least. So we'll see how that goes. But I can't pass up on a Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson start.
And
I don't blame you.
And I'll say here, as I said on the podcast, Diego Pavia is a joke, and I have no idea why the Ravens have him coming into camp. So I think it's more for show and tell than anything.
Free. It's not like they took him in the second round.
It's for more cameras to be at the practice field. That's why.
Yes.
All right, so
All
I'm
right.
up.
Frankie, it's on you. Your Jamar Gibbs team.
Yeah, so here's the thing. All these wide receivers are gone. These are the wide receivers that I would take in the second round, and they're gone. I'm not going to go quarterback right now because I know it's coming back around. Oh, no, it's 3-round reversal.
No, it's third round reversal. So you gotta
Ooh.
might have to go QB now.
You know what? I'm still not going to go QB. Give me Loveland right here. I'm not going to wait for Loveland.
All right.
Okay, Loveland deserves to be there. He deserves to be picked in the second round. I want Loveland on that team.
Good thing you did that because I was picking him very next. So for the same exact reasons.
Do you guys both have faith that tight end 1 is within the range of outcome for him this season?
I have it where he's in the top 3, where he's fighting, where he's in conversation for the top 2 after next year.
You have him in the top tier? Because some people will put just McBride and Bowers up there.
No, he's Loveland. To me, is in that tier. Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Fair enough. Aaron, you feel the same way? He could outproduce McBride and Bowers this year.
For me, right now, he is a tier below, but he's like the top of that tier. But
or he's in his own tier at 3, like he's in his own tier.
Absolutely. But I have 100% confidence that at the end of the year, we could all look stupid and he could finish tight end 1. And I would be like, yeah, makes total sense.
Makes sense. All right. Now that Loveland's gone, now you got a choice here to go with Bijan. And then you got to wait another 12 picks. So which route you want to go here with your top running back pick?
So I don't really like the receivers here. Like he said, all the ones I would have picked are already gone. Like George Pickens, fine, but as your wide receiver 1, it's kind of Nico, same way. Like Nico's got like 5 good games a year that you're like, hell yes, I have Nico. And then the rest of your season, you're like, where's he at? Olave, Igbuka, pretty much the same. So I think I would pass on receiver here, pass on tight end. I think there's a clear break after Loveland, so it's a little too early for Warren, in my opinion. So to me, it's between running back, quarterback. The best running back available is going to be Devon Achane, which I don't know how you guys feel about Achane this year, but I see a massive pullback. I think not only losing a quarterback that's going to check it down 80 times a year, but also losing Mike McDaniels, who treated Achane like a wide receiver. I think both of those things are going to be a massive deterrent for him. And then also, I just think that team's going to suck. I just truly think they might be the worst team in football.
They're gonna stack. They're gonna put 8 men in the box and stack him and say you can't throw. Your wide receivers are garbage, and we're just gonna stop your best weapon, which is him. So
to me, I think it's only down to quarterback here, and so I know it's between Mahomes, Herbert, and Dart. So I'm gonna take Justin Herbert. I know that's going to be a surprise to a lot of people, but I just think the boost he's going to get with Mike McDaniel this year. I think if you look at his first, 4-game stretch before both tackles ended up on season-ending injuries, they were just insane. I think the receivers, him bringing in Njoku is going to do nothing but help. I just think they're in for a huge year, fantasy-wise.
Like the pick.
No, I like it. I could see
the pick.
I could see an MVP season from Herbert. It is within the realm of possibility for sure. I mean, he just has to be a little less injury, little less injuries. Like last year, the first month, he was in the MVP conversation. So, it's definitely there, and they definitely didn't hurt his chances for that.
And he gives you about 30 rushing yards per game too, which is a nice little average, nice little floor that people don't really give him credit for.
For sure. All right, well, now we're at the third round reversal point, and so at this point, I just want to ask you guys, where do you prefer to draft? And if you get to pick your slot, at the front, middle, or back end of the first?
Always the back.
If it's third round reversal, 100% back.
The back.
Getting the double tap to top 13 players and then getting the first pick of the third round, it's the back.
Mm-hmm.
See, I'm different. I like the front because I actually like the 3-4 turn. I like the value that's there. So that's where I'm seeing it as being more valuable than one of these top 3 or 4 guys, which there are still 3 or 4 guys here. And like I said, I felt like the quarterbacks would fall, and they did pretty much. And so I am going to take Jackson Dart on this one because I've got Malik Nabers, so I'll stack it up.
I was just going to say that.
I'm
you better
betting on
take Dart with that stack right there. Correct.
If I'm betting on Nabers, I better be betting on Dart because, I mean, I'll probably have to make sure I get Jameis Winston later, but, that isn't really going to hurt Nabers' numbers.
He might make them better, honestly.
Probably. Might even help your boy Malachi Fields out, Frankie.
Hey, I love Malachi Fields. I do.
He's still on the board here. He's still on the board here at 302 if you want.
He is.
All right. So you said you were going to explain your Ted McMillan pick.
Yes.
Sorry.
Yes.
And I want to hear it because to me, yes, he's younger than the others, but I mean, I'd take Drake London over Ted right now. So I mean, I don't hate McMillan. I just think that's a little reach, but go ahead.
So I took Ted there because I am worried about Justin Jefferson, like I explained before. Mm-hmm. I'm also worried about Drake London because of Tua and Penix. And we did talk about CeeDee Lamb. So to me, I think Ted has risen to the spot where he is right now. Honestly, I have Ted, Ibuka, and Tate all in the same range. And honestly, I probably if it was my team and the way I'm drafting, I probably would have took Ibuka over Lamb there, but we're having a mock here, so I'm gonna play around. So
have you just traded back from the beginning of the second round then to go get the guys that you favor, like Ted McMillan? Because you could get Ted McMillan late second. There are some
early
third.
There are drafts I'm in that Tate is going in the late second round.
Wow,
so that's a bit rich for me.
Yeah,
he went 312 in ours, right, Aaron?
I know there are some that he's going in the third round. He's going in the fourth round, but to me, and you can call me crazy, I just think that Ted McMillan deserves to be in that spot right there, and that's why I took him there. I wanted it to be this team to be more of a kind of like shocker type team than just the average follow the ADP, follow everything. So we want McBride. We want Ted, and this pick we're gonna go Travion Henderson right here. That's where we're gonna go. So we are not playing the standard ADP on this gentleman's team right here. So
no, he wants his guys, and he's
going for his guys. Correct. Yes.
Hey, get your guys.
Hey, I love it. You can't fault anybody but yourself, then, right?
Correct.
I mean, and that's the way to.
There's always got to be one team, especially when you're mocking, where you got to have some fun. So we're gonna have some fun with Team 11.
And if we were able to trade in this, which I mean, we were trading in the rookie draft, but I think it would get too complicated with the startup.
Absolutely.
You could easily have traded back and gotten Ted. You could have traded back a little and gotten your boy here, and that would have been ideal then.
Correct.
Scoop up some extra draft capital or move up later.
There's always somebody in the draft that is going to pick a team like that. There always is. There's never you never see a draft without somebody like that. And hey, I'm one of them sometimes too. So
yes, usually it's a home league though, and you've got McCaffrey gone already, and so
true. That is actually true. Yes.
But when we get experts like us, then you get Travion Henderson.
Oh, wait, no, I'm no expert. Maybe you two, not me.
I don't know. All right. So, Aaron, it is now to you. Are you going to go heavier, even more at wide receiver? You did so in our content creator league. You rattled off 5 wide receivers first 5 rounds.
Yeah, this is how I love building mine. Obviously, in our real draft, some of my picks were influenced by getting sniped. I think I got sniped like the pick before me 3 times in a row, like 3 straight rounds. So then I pivoted to wide receiver. To me, that's the safest option you have in startups. They last the longest outside of quarterback, but even quarterback can be hard to predict. So to me, if you can hammer your elite receivers and you guarantee production from that slot, you can find quarterback and running back anywhere. I mean, you can trade DeAndre Swift right now for a second-round pick, and he's going to be a top probably 20 running back this season. So it's a lot harder to me to find stud receivers than it is helpful running backs. in real life.
Especially the way the NFL's gone. I mean, we saw the way the NFL drafted this year, right? They went
Absolutely
super heavy on tight ends, and all that means to me is that the elite wide receivers are going to stay there, right? But the wide receiver 2s and 3s and 4s on teams, like their snap share just got cut even more. And so that wide receiver 20 to 50 range is really, it's almost wide receiver 20 to 60 now, right? It's just week to week, it's going to be insane. You're going 1 week, it'll be Tez Johnson, wide receiver 15. And then the next week it's, Jalen McMillan, if I'm just using the Bucks for example, right? And Puka is kind of in that. Absolutely. Is he an elite guy? Is he not yet? We don't know.
I'm saying it right now. He's an elite guy.
Yeah.
So,
I sure hope so. All right. I got a collector's item here. His old number 9 jersey in the white Bucks.
Absolutely.
He's number 2 now.
So that leads basically perfectly into my pick. If this were my actual team in real life, I would be taking Egbuka right here. He would be my pick. But to play out this mock team, I'm going George Pickens. To me, he has as much upside as anyone else on the board. Yep, as anyone else on the board. So Amon-Ra, Jefferson, and Pickens, that could be 3 top 10 guys if they all hit. And now you're cooking.
So let me tell you really quick. I'm in an actual league with Nerd Boy, and I'll give you my draft so far.
Okay.
I had the 1-7. I took JSN. Okay.
Yes.
At the 2-6, I took Joe Burrow. At the 3-6, I took Tedderell McMillan. At the 4-7, I took Carnell Tate. And at the 4-8, which I made a trade with Nerd Boy, and took Jordan Tyson.
I love that team
so far.
Yeah, I love that team.
Love it. 4 wide and Joe Burrow.
Yeah.
Is it a 6-point per touchdown pass too?
I believe so, yes.
Yeah. Gotta love that. All right. Well, now we're on my robust running back squad here. And, I don't really want – I'm just going to take Achane.
Wow, you're going 3 backs with that team. Wow. Hey, I can't make fun of you because look at my McBride, McMillan, and Henderson team. So.
Yeah, no, when you lean into it, you got to lean into it, right?
Correct.
And
exactly.
So now I'm going to be able to stack up the running backs early, right? And then I'll take my dart throws on wide receivers later. It doesn't mean I'm going to load up with 15 wide receivers, but it does mean that I've got some good players to try and ship off. And by getting Hampton and Achane after Jeremiah Love, it actually makes Jeremiah Love expendable, who's more enticing to everybody else, right? So that's kind of the way. It's kind of backwards, but if you want a better squad, that's the way you kind of have to do it sometimes, right? Because nobody wants Devon Achane right now. Right.
No.
Even though the volume will be there, it's going to be inefficient. It's going to be ugly, but I guarantee there's still going to be some championship teams that probably have him on a roster. If he stays healthy, the touches will be there. Right. So
and does Miami trade him in the middle of
yeah, that's the other thing, right? We're all down on him right now, but is it going to get so low that it's actually, he becomes a buy, right? Because who's to say that they don't trade him to some team that is
there's going to be a running back that's going to get hurt. And there's going to be a running back that's going to get hurt that's in a team that's in contention. And they're going to be picking up the phone and going, what do you want for Achane? And then all those dynasty owners that sold him are probably kicking themselves in the ass. And all those dynasty owners that held on to him are going, hell yeah, baby, let's go. So,
I mean, look at the rise Kenny Walker had, right? From December until now. He went from being worth the 112, 201 to now. I mean, you have to pay the 102 or 103 for him. Probably. It's insane.
Yep.
But that's what a Super Bowl MVP will do for you. And going to the Chiefs as well. So Devon Achane, absolutely. He goes to a playoff contender. Boom. It'll skyrocket. So it's not quite there yet for me as a buy, but it's getting kind of close actually.
Mhm.
So, all right. Now we're on your Burrow Bowers team, Frankie. What
All
are you
right, so
thinking here?
this manager's probably saying to himself, you know what? There's a lot of managers that still do not have a quarterback. I have one already. And I'm going to take a quarterback here, and I'm going to take Patrick Mahomes right here. So,
All right.
playing a little game here of you guys. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 teams so far that don't have a quarterback. I got
This
2.
is
right
probably the deepest I've seen with that many teams without a quarterback. There's a lot. I mean, Mahomes I've seen going in the middle here, and you never can really go wrong picking Mahomes, regardless of how you feel about him. But yeah, this is crazy. We got 3, 4, 5, 6 teams without a quarterback.
Wow. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, 6. Yeah. Yes.
Wow.
Yeah. So
All
that
right.
manager right now is saying, too bad. I'm taking to my 2 quarterbacks. So that's why he's picking.
Burrow Mahomes, that's a good start. Yes. All right.
Yeah, so now
it's on you.
Team 7 is pissed because he's now got sniped 2 times in a row. He's major tilted now. So he's going away from QB altogether, and we're going to select Jonathan Taylor. So now we got a Puka, Daniels, Taylor start, a little one of each position outside of tight.
So he's splitting it up. Yes.
He is.
Yes. Don't see that as often now.
No.
Teams
You
tend
used
to
yes.
load up at a couple or one main position or 2 early on, but you split it up evenly. You can't argue with it. I mean, they're all three guys could finish number 1 at the position this year. Taylor, again, getting on the older side, but not quite McCaffrey or Derrick Henry yet.
Right.
Still, like I said, definitely could finish RB1. We'll see. Daniel Jones has got to play, though, as soon as possible, I think. Yeah. All right, so now I'm on this QB team, and you guys drafted enough quarterbacks that I don't think it's valuable to do a quarterback horde here. I don't want to try and pull that off because we're not.
You don't want to be that team that drafts 3 quarterbacks and go, maybe I'll trade them at the end of the draft and try to get something. And nobody trades with you because you want so much. You want too much for them. So
right,
you end up screwing yourself.
Well, the problem with the QB horde, and I did it last year in one league, but that's because I was getting insane value. I got Justin Herbert in like the end of the 4th round or something stupid. I ended up having to tank, right, and just trade for the injured players and whatnot. I got the 101, and it looks good now. But the point is you're literally almost, you got to plan on you're throwing the current season out the window right away, and I don't love doing that in a startup. I mean, everybody wants to win, but sometimes you got to zig when the others are zigging. And if you're getting super value, Jalen Hurts, though, is not crazy value here. I do like him at this pick, but there's some other guys that are solid here as well. And I'm just thinking, which way do I go with it?
Bless you.
Oh, dang. I guess muting my mic didn't mute on there.
No. You did mute it. I just saw you do
okay.
it. That's why.
Okay. just making sure. Okay, good. Appreciate it. Thank you.
All right. I'm going to go James Cook. I'll just jump on.
Okay.
Running back. It's a little early for him. I just don't want to take McCaffrey this early. And that'd be, yeah.
And a redraft, which I don't do anymore. Yes, you would take him then.
Yeah. Well, I think he's a top 5 pick still, McCaffrey. Yeah. But James Cook isn't far off. I mean, he gets the load there in Buffalo. And they gave him the contract. All they got is Ray Davis and Ty Johnson behind him. They're not stealing much from him. He's getting the bulk of the work. It's probably going to continue for another year or 2 at least. And so, yeah. Now that I think about it, I should have gone younger, but whatever. I already picked it. So, because I took 2 real young quarterbacks. Now I'm rethinking it. Maybe I should have taken Tyler Warren or something, but whatever. I'm gonna stick with the pick. I made it.
There you go.
It happens. All right. I'm not calling some timeout. Whoa! I fat thumbed it. All right. Frankie, it's on you with your 2 wide team so far.
So you know what? We're gonna go heavy wide receiver on this team.
Oh, we're gonna have 2 3 wide teams then.
Yes, give me Carnell Tate right here.
He gets his boy. All right, I'm not gonna dig for him. I'm just gonna type it in. All right. So 3 wide. There it is. Why do you see Tate over? I mean, you had Olave, Buka.
Oh, I forgot I thought Buka was taken. Shit, Buka should be right there, not Tate. Damn it!
Well,
I didn't know. I didn't see. I thought Buka went. Damn it!
He took Pickens. Remember, he fooled us.
No. Aaron took Pickens. I didn't take Pickens. I thought he took a Buka there. Son of a bitch.
Yes.
Yeah. Hey, I called it. So it's Tate. It should have been a Buka. So
maybe you can trade later.
All right, there we go.
He's probably taking a Buka here now, though.
I know. That's what he's probably doing right now.
So, if this was my personal team, yes, Ibuka would be on the squad. But for the sake of the game, I will go quarterback this time just to switch it up so I'm not drafting, 4 of the same team. So give me Jalen Hurts. Reason being is he's had 20 points a game every year since he started, except for this last season. Again, how much of that was A.J. Brown being a basket case? Their OC was garbage. That's why he was fired after 1 season. Now they bring in Sean Mannion, comes from a LaFleur tree and a McVay tree. He gets the best of both. Yes. So I think with Stowers, with Lemon, with Devontae Smith, I mean, even Wicks is a nice little wide receiver 4 option there. I just think with the tush push, he can easily be a top 6 quarterback again.
There's rumors that Cole Payton will be the quarterback for the tush push.
It's possible.
I think Jalen Hurts is too much of a gamer to go for that.
Or Stowers, too, I've heard.
Yeah. Stowers could be it as well, yes.
But here's the thing.
Stowers could do the same thing that Warren is doing in Indianapolis, so that can possibly happen. He can line up as an H-back. He can line up as a slot. So, yeah, I definitely say it, too.
Here's the thing. Jalen Hurts has finished QB8 or better every one of his seasons that he's been the full-time starter. And the Eagles had a down season last year. It's pretty, across the board, everybody agrees. The Eagles had a down year last year.
He still put up 300 fantasy points and missed 2 games. So.
Yes. I mean, and now he's going to maybe he will start adapting himself into more of a thrower. We'll see. He's got to improve. I mean, he's not as accurate as Lamar Jackson, right? Say what you want about Lamar Jackson and his throwing and this and that, but he's always been a very accurate quarterback. So that bodes well for Lamar developing into a pocket passer. I don't know what we're going to see from Jalen here, but, to get Lemon involved, Lemon's best routes are over the middle. He can run out routes. It's not like Lemon can't run those. I think it was overemphasized, the over the middle stuff with Lemon, just because we were comparing him to Tate and Tyson, right? So all in all, I think Jalen Hurts is a good bargain here at the 309. I mean,
agreed.
Yeah, it's a great pick. So, all right, now I can't go QB horde on y'all. So I'm going to have to pick another position. And if I'm looking at it, I really want to contend with this team, but I'm just going to take Tyler Warren.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
I wanted him.
You wanted to do Loveland Warren?
No, I wanted him for team 1.
Oh, for team 1. Yep. Yeah, Tyler Warren, I think that, Pittman getting sent out of town, that puts him as the de facto number 1 target. I mean, Josh Downs gets the biggest boost from Pittman leaving, and I've been happy to snap Josh Downs up in, I think, the 11th round in my most recent 2 startups. But Tyler Warren's still the guy there. He can move them all over the field. I like the kid. I usually don't take tight ends this early, but the value's there, and I'm gonna do it. So we're going with the onesie positions here early. The 2 quarterback tight ends start. It's tough because now it's all running back, wide receiver the rest of the way. So don't love starting this way, but we'll do it.
So the Warren Loveland thing is like a tale of two
Yeah.
tapes. So you had Warren who started the season off on fire, and then towards the end of the season he kind of died, and most of it was because Danny Dimes got hurt. Okay,
Yes.
there was no quarterback there that was able to throw him the ball to make him the focal point of the offense, and I do believe he's their second weapon on that team, other than JT. That said, you had Loveland, who didn't do anything in the beginning of the season and then shined and skyrocketed in the second half, especially in the playoffs and stuff like that. So it's tale of two tapes. Now, if Warren can get consistent quarterback play throughout the year, I still think that Warren is a better tight end than Loveland. Yes, he's older, but I would still value Warren a little bit higher than Loveland. That said, if Caleb Williams and Ben Johnson, what he's doing now with that offense, and now that DJ Moore's not there, and it's strictly going to be Odunze, Burden, and Loveland, I don't know. Maybe, like I said before, Loveland can be in that top tier with Bowers and McBride. But it's just funny how it was tale of two tapes with these two tight ends with this past season.
Yes.
So that said, this is my pick now.
Gibbs and Loveland.
And I do get it coming back around, correct?
Correct. Yes. You got 311 and 402.
All right. So can you show me what's on the board for the quarterbacks? Because I can't see.
Yeah. Here we go. We got T-Law, Nix, Purdy.
Give me you said it. Give me Trevor Lawrence right here.
All right.
Give me Trevor Lawrence for this team right here.
Enough. All right. Yes, because the other guy could definitely take a quarterback here. He's only got one. So yeah, if you like if you have a preference for those, I would definitely have done that and taken your guy there. And it gives you the shot to come back with a quarterback too.
Correct. Yes.
There's kind of a tier break there, I would say, coming up here real shortly. Dak is kind of right on the borderline of that. And I don't know where you guys have Mendoza ranked, but he's been falling in my startups like crazy.
Yeah, I'm not going to target him early. No,
this is way too early for Mendoza.
Correct.
At least this ADP here. In regard, I mean, he went in like the 7th and one.
Yeah, crazy. I was gonna let him keep falling in ours, but I forgot who picked him. But someone picked him up. I would have
finally took him
the 10th round or something.
Yeah. But all right, Aaron, I know you had said 1 hour. Do you have to go right after your pick here, or you're good?
No,
okay.
We're good. We can finish.
At least get through the 4th round. Then we can kind of speed it up here, though. I think we've discussed it. Now, have you guys seen with trades in your startups? What I've noticed is the first 2 rounds, very little trading.
Yep.
Guys want at least 2 stud guys they can build around, whether they want to go tank 1 year or they want to go for it. They're at least getting 2 pieces. And hopefully, I think the idea, like I talked about with Drake May and Caleb Williams when I drafted those 2, and I should have taken Tyler Warren, is you're kind of drafting them to peak at the same time. Like I drafted James Cook, who's already peaked, or he is peaking right now, right? So that's why I would have rather drafted Warren looking back on it. But that's the kind of idea, at least, I wanted to throw out there for the audience, at least. I don't know if you guys had anything on that in regards to trades, what you've seen. When do the trades really start in your startup so far?
And the 4th round, they're going 4th, 5th round. That's when the trades start coming.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
People want
every now and then you'll get somebody that trades in the 1st round that is tanking right off the bat and just wants the multiple picks down at the bottom to try to get the low or the rookies or the lower younger guys, but mostly it's either 4th or 5th round. I'm seeing it.
Yeah. I've just never been a big fan of that strategy, trading completely out of the 1st round, unless maybe it's best ball, but you trade right out of the 1st round. And then, you're getting a 4th and a 7th and a future 1st. Well, what if that future 1st, ends up being Caleb Johnson, right? Then, or Travis Hunter from last year, right? Then what did you do to yourself? Instead of taking a bona fide cornerstone, now all of a sudden you just set yourself back like how long, right? And so I just think it's too risky. Still see people do it, but just my 2 cents there. All right, so now you got back-to-back here, Aaron, with your top squad, Bijan and Herbert, with your first 2 picks. Which direction you want to go now?
T-Law was the pick because you threw a curveball. I thought 100% you were going Igbuka right there because he's still on the board. So now I get Igbuka for this team.
Now, let me ask you a question. If Igbuka was taken correctly by me instead of Tate, would Tate be that pick?
No.
Okay.
Too early for me for Tate for this specific build. Now, if he was say for team 10, if they were picking right here and I already had 3 receivers, then Tate would definitely be in consideration.
Okay.
But I wouldn't want Tate to be my wide receiver 1 on a build per se. And so now this is where the decision comes. Do I want to try to wait another round and see what quarterbacks fall to me in that Love, Baker, Goff tier? Or do I just want to tap one of Nick's or Purdy here, shore up that position, or go another elite receiver or running back? So to me, just for the sake of this build, this isn't how I would build it, but I will go quarterback again and give me – this is also going to be a hot take, but give me Purdy over Bo Nix. I don't know if y'all have seen Bo Nix's ankle, but that thing is still like all jacked up and he can't even walk on it still, even though he had surgery like 4 months ago. But to me, the safety of being – with Kyle Shanahan, and honestly, these might be the best set of weapons Purdy's had in his career, with Evans and everything. So just give me the safety of Purdy.
Yeah, Purdy stays healthy, and he's in line for another top 5 finish at quarterback. I mean, the guy is super efficient. You can you can't argue with it. You can say what you want about where he got drafted and whatever, but I think that's out the window at this point. You can't worry about where the guy got drafted. It's just the injuries with Purdy, really. Can he stay on the field? Then he's definitely worth the pick here for sure. Absolutely. All right. So team 2, going quarterback again?
No, we're not going to go quarterback here.
You're going to wait. Okay.
We're going to wait. Yes, we're going to wait. All right, so show me the wide receivers over here. That's up.
Receivers. Buka's still there. You got
Ibuka's gone. Remember, I thought Ibuka was taken already.
You took Ibuka.
That's why we went Tate. Now, if Tate was here, so if going off what Aaron said, if I would have took Ibuka which I should have with Team 5, and then he didn't take Ibuka there, I'm comfortable with Tate being my wide receiver 1 on my team. I'm very comfortable with that. So since both are gone now, listen. I like Nico Collins a lot. I just think that to me, he's fallen instead of rising. And I'm gonna shy away from him. And I'm gonna go with Team 2 is in the same head as I am. That said, I'm gonna take the risk. It's actually, I don't even think it's a risk. I actually think this is truly gonna happen. I was down on this player last year. I drafted him. And then all of a sudden I got some type of news that he's not being a team player. He's not following. He's not getting the offense. Nobody. He's going to be a cancer on the team. Stuff like that. I fell into that fake news, and I traded him for stupid players, and it's haunted me to this day. And so that I had that problem in last year's drafts, and I'm being manager Team 2 here. Give me Luther Burden with right here. I'll take him. I am thinking that Luther Burden's going to have a phenomenal year. DJ Moore's not there anymore. I think he proved himself to me and to the Bears and to Ben Johnson, and I think he's going to take over that offense. So he's going to be that team's wide receiver 1.
All right. Well, fair enough. For me, if I'm taking Bears wide receivers, so like Caleb seems like the guy to own, right? But then if I'm looking at his receiving options, I would take Loveland. But the other 2 guys, I just don't know which one. I mean, they just seem destined for just about 1,000 yards, 900 yards in that realm, unless one of them gets hurt. If one of them gets hurt, then the other will prosper. But for now in startups, when you've got options like Chris Olave, Garrett Wilson,
Olave, I'm worried about Olave's.
They're
I'm
all
worried
the
about
true
Olave's
number ones on their
concussion.
team.
Yeah, I'm worried about Olave's concussion more than anything. And Garrett Wilson doesn't have a quarterback throwing the ball to him. Geno Smith is not a quarterback. So that's another reason why I'm going with the high-powered offense with that. Yes, I have Loveland on the team already, but I still think that offense is capable enough to handle having two Bears on that team. So that's why I went with that pick.
All right. Fair enough. Okay. So this is so tempting. Huh.
And you don't have a wide receiver yet.
No, I don't. But that's okay. Because there's a different way to build around that. And plus, if you take a tight end this early, I kind of look at it like I took a wide receiver. Okay, that's the kind of the way I got to look at it, because I'm not going to take another tight end forever, right? So I just kind of count them as a wide receiver. I mean, if you're taking a tight end in the top 3 rounds, you got to hope that they're finishing as a top 15 wide receiver anyway, right? Mm-hmm. So the dilemma here, I'm just going to do it. I know I would have traded back, but I'll take McCaffrey, and I'll tell you why. Because I've got Lamar and Allen, and so I'm just going to take McCaffrey because I'm building a team that I want to win now. Okay, you take Allen and Lamar, you're betting on them to finish 1-2 at quarterback. Okay. Typically, I don't take McCaffrey unless it's late 4th, 5th round. But this is a mock, and I just wanted to explain it that way, that you do it around the build. And so now this team is stuck going all in.
Yes.
Now, yep. Right. So now you do, Devontae Adams stays on your board. Mike Evans is on the board. You know what I mean? So that's how you build, and you either win first or second year, or you start cashing them out going the other way. Somebody's got to pick them, and I just did. All right, Aaron, it's back to you with your Chase London Hurts build.
The dilemma here is I either want to go running back or receiver. I either want to, get my third elite receiver, give myself a good running back. I'm looking at Chase Brown. I'm looking at Kenneth Walker. Receiver-wise, I'm looking at Garrett Wilson, Rashee Rice. So coming down to it, I think I am going to go Rashee Rice. I know he's been a headache off the field, but whenever he's on the field, he's averaging, I think, like 19 points per game. It's absolutely elite. If he can just get his head on straight for one season, finish strong, not be a knucklehead, sign an extension with Kansas City, I mean, he's going to be a top 10 dynasty receiver as long as off the field stuff stays behind him.
Yeah, that's actually who I was debating. It was between Rice or McCaffrey. I just, in these middle rounds here, I think this is where some people get stuck into drafting just too young of players, and that promise, that hope that they're going to be. Why don't you just take a guy that is a top 10 player at their position? But that's why I don't end up with too young of teams usually out of the startups.
Yeah, that brings up a cornerstone dynasty point for me. A lot of guys, when you're trying to trade with them, they're like, "Oh, but this guy's younger, so he's automatically worth more." It's like, not really, because he may be 4 years younger, but you can't project 4 years out. He could be on the street behind Denny's 4 years from now, or he could be, projected Hall of Fame career. Like 4 years in the NFL is forever. So to me, like if I have a guy that's doing it now, give me the guy that's doing it now, because I don't know what's going to happen 4 years from now.
Correct.
Yeah. I think the perception is you're living dangerously when you draft guys like McCaffrey, right? Or Rashee Rice in this kid. To me, you're living more dangerously when you're drafting like a whole team of first and second year players. Like, how many of those guys are actually going to hit that haven't hit yet?
Yeah, projection's fun, but that doesn't mean you're going to be right.
Exactly.
It's my thought on Puka is what it is, right? Like, I love the guy because he's on my team, but I don't know how Baker's going to disperse the ball. Like, Baker's a veteran, solid quarterback. There's a lot of weapons there. I don't know that Ibuka has, a 1,500-yard season in him or anything like that. Even 12 or 1,300 yards. I think he's just a steady Eddie guy that gets you. Maybe Chris Olave is his like ceiling, right? So I don't know.
Chris Olave 2 years younger though.
Yes,
and not the concussion history.
Hence why
Exactly,
Puka's
not
gone
yes.
and Olave hasn't, and now
So let me ask you a
Frankie's
question.
probably going to jump on him here with his wide receiver team.
I think I am. Let me ask you a question. If you got say 1,000 yards and 8 to 10 touchdowns from Ibuka, are you happy with that?
100%.
Fantasy wise,
Yeah.
it depends where I draft.
I mean, you're looking at probably, I would say, at least 70 to 80 catches to get to that 1,000 yards. That's 180 points. Let's say 8 touchdowns. So that's what, like 40 points?
here's-
You're like 220.
Here's the
I
other
would be
thing.
happy
Where
with
does that finish in the wide receiver rankings? Because like I pointed out with Nerd Boy when we did our Thursday night show, okay, Nico Collins in 2023 put up 261 points in this certain league that he did. 261. Finished wide receiver 12. Okay. Last year put up 226 points in that same league and finished wide receiver 8. So 35 less points, but finished 4 spots higher. And that's just the direction of, wide receivers and running backs, the way the game has changed. And so, 1,000 yards and 8 touchdowns ain't what it used to be. It's better now. Because again, there's that pocket of wide receivers 20 through 50 that's just like week to week. And I just don't want to overpay for the wide receivers 20 to 30s. That's where I don't want to overpay for. And I'm afraid of Ibuka falling into that range is what I'm getting at.
Absolutely.
Okay. Marvin Harrison, Lad McConkey, look at where are those guys at? Are they actually going to get 1,200, 1,300, 1,400 yards? Or are you just looking at those kind of dudes that just kind of are solid wide receiver 2s, And you can win in Dynasty with a bunch of wide receiver 2s. Don't get me wrong. But paying 4th round price for them, I'd rather get a difference maker war wise, right? I'm big on the war charts, and I think running back's where it's at. So Frankie, with that, go ahead and pick your wide receiver.
Oh, can you show me the wide receivers that are on the board?
Yes, sir. There you go. We got Nico, Olave, Wilson, Ladd, and Rome, and Tyson.
You know what? I'm going to spice this thing up here. Give me Tyson.
I knew it. Hey, Tate and Tyson goes hand in hand. It makes sense. I like it. I get it. No, I don't know. Yeah, I mean, Lamb and JSN are both young enough. Lamb's your oldest.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. A build like that is where I could stomach it. When they're your receiver 3-4, that makes it a whole lot easier to digest.
Yes,
than 1-2.
I love that point. Yes, it does make sense. All right. Because, if one of them busts, you're still going to be okay. It's not like you're making the one bet on Tate as your number one, and then you get stuck with a bunch of wide receiver 3s, and you're really putting all your eggs in Tate's basket then. Yeah. Here you've got a lot of leeway, so I like it. Yeah. All right, now here's the team that I got with May, Caleb, and James Cook, who I didn't really want to pick, but I ended up picking anyway. I think this is a team that Chris Olave fits well in with. All right. Olave, somebody who a lot of targets last year. People are a little worried on that with Tyson coming to town. I'm not, at least for the first year or two. I think that Tyson has a higher ceiling than Olave overall, right? So you could see by the end of even this season, Tyson sort of take over as the one. But I think that I don't think that there's enough talent elsewhere, right? ETN's nice, but he's not that great. And so they're going to lean heavily on both Olave and Tyson. And I think Kellen Moore is smart enough to figure it out. He figured it out with A.J. Brown and Devonta Smith. I think he can do it with these two guys too. It's really more on Tyler Shook. So
I just hope that Olave and Tyson stay healthy, because you got two wide receivers that one's concussion away and another one is what? I don't know. Is Tyson actually injured right now? Is that a rumor? What is going on right now? That's the only thing that scares me, even though I did take him and I'm still probably going to take him. I just hopefully, they stay healthy. So that's my only issue with those two guys.
Fair enough. All right, Aaron, it's back to you here with your Puka, Jaden Daniels, and JT team.
Yeah, so this team definitely wants Garrett Wilson. He's still only 25, so he's about to enter that prime age. I know his quarterback situation this year sucks, but honestly, the sad part, this might be the best, at least for fantasy, QB situation he's had in his career, which it's super unfortunate for him. I feel so sorry for him, but this is with the hope that he just gets peppered targets with Geno. Geno has supported, top 12 fantasy receivers before, and then projection to the future. Hopefully, the Jets stop screwing themselves over and they finally land a quarterback. But that's a big what if.
Hopefully, they don't take Arch. Do not.
Yeah,
please.
that's a big what if.
As a Giant fan and as a heavy Arch Manning fan, if everyone knows knows me, yes. I cannot see him on the Jets. I'm sorry.
His career's over.
Would the Mannings demand a trade?
They should. Yes, Eli did it. Eli did it. And
I don't think you're going to the Jets.
It's been done already. It's been done twice already.
Right.
So
that's what makes me as a Cardinals fan happy that we have the cast that we have, because at least you can stomach that. If you're a Manning, you're like, okay, they have 4 elite, weapons. If you're the Jets, no one wants to go there. Sorry.
I think Arizona would be a nice place for Arch. I haven't really thought of that.
I don't have a problem with Arch going to Arizona at all. So I would be happy if he went there. I would love it too. So I wouldn't have a problem with that.
All right. Well, Frankie, it's on you now with your Brock Bowers squad.
Oh,
Bowers, Burrow, Mahomes. A lot of power there.
Yeah, that is.
But Rashee Rice is gone already. You can't stack him up.
Wow. And I was hoping that he would fall. That team was hoping that he would fall right there.
Yeah.
To him.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow. Let me see what's available wide receiver wise. We got
Here we go. We got Nico, Ladd, Rome, Marv, AJ Brown, and T. Higgins.
Get the stack. Get the stack. The Burrow stack.
Stack is there.
Yeah. I guess, but really, I'm passing up on Nico. Passing up on. No, you know what? Give this team Nico Collins.
Okay.
We're gonna go.
So Nico was an interesting guy that we talked about on Thursday, Nerdboy and I. Nico, we brought up as one of the guys on the age apex right now, right?
Yes,
so
I saw that.
27 going into 28.
Mm-hmm.
3rd round pick. I don't know that he's got Hall of Fame pedigree, right? Like he's not somebody that I envision playing to 32, 33 and still putting up huge numbers, right? So, and then you top that off with the Houston Texans situation where they've got to sign CJ Stroud and Will Anderson to monster deals, right? So do they even have the room for Nico and his contract, or is he shipped out soon, like before the 2027 season? We'll see. But with the way they've drafted wide receivers, you got Jaden Higgins there.
I was just going to say, does Jaden Higgins become the next number 1 in that team?
Absolutely, I think, and
you got Noel there too. You got Noel there as well.
Yeah, and if Tank Dell actually has a full recovery, I don't know. I'm not buying into it.
I'm not buying into it
because it's too small. Like he just it is football that we're still playing here, right? And he's like 5'7", 150 pounds. Like
he's like, isn't Ted Hurst that size too? No, not Ted Hurst. No,
Ted Hurst, and then he has his head.
No. Who's the Bucs wide receiver that I'm talking about?
Tez Johnson.
Thank you. Tez Johnson. Yes, that's who I'm.
Tez Johnson is like 5'11", 6 foot.
Oh, he's very. Johnson. I thought he was a little bit smaller than that.
Weight wise, he's very.
He's like 170, right? He's like 176 or something. Not even. Like that.
He weighed in like
165.
Yeah, he's very
thin.
Yes, but that's why he's a wide receiver 5.
Yeah, that's
true.
He's still. I got to tell you, I only know this because I'm a Bucs fan, but he has some of the funniest sideline. He is the funniest guy on the sideline. He's a glue guy. They're going to keep him around. All right. So you're solid with the Nico pick?
Yeah, solid with the Nico pick. We'll stay with that.
All right. So are you selling Nico or are you buying Nico though?
I'm
Dynasty?
selling Nico.
Yeah. Get out now.
Get out now.
Yeah.
I've sold him in 2 leagues and got a 27 first and second in both leagues for him.
Wow.
Beautiful.
So,
That's nice.
That's
good return.
Perfect. Because yes, that with that age apex coming, I don't know. And you said it earlier, Aaron, like Nico Collins, you're only going to get 5 good games from, right? He's not that dude that consistently catches 8 balls a game. You want him to. And maybe it's not even his fault. Maybe it's on Stroud, but either way, like your only hope is Nico goes to a team with a real big gunslinger, and I don't know that that's going to happen or not. You know, like
I don't think there's going to be teams knocking on the door for Nico Collins.
I can see the Raiders going after him, right? But then what are you getting, right? That's what I mean. Like he goes somewhere else, and he's the hopeful savior. But
what happens if AJ Brown ends up going to the Raiders and not New England?
Oh, that'd be electric, honestly.
I
would like it.
Don't put it past. They're the second. Right?
Everyone's saying it's a done deal for New England, but my brother said it. I'll give him props for it. I don't think it's happening. I think he might be a Raider.
The Raiders are second for odds, right?
I believe so. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, we'll see. That would be interesting. All right. So we're on team 9 here. Can I go another running back?
Wow.
Ooh.
Chase Brown
sitting there, man. I got to do it.
This is the most like high testosterone team I've ever seen in my life.
I am just going to do it.
There are 2 teams. One team that has all wide receivers, one team that has all running backs, and then another team that's coming up that's going to have – are they going to have all wide receivers
coming up here that are without quarterbacks still?
Come on, Aaron. What are you going to do here?
They're still going to have all wide receivers.
Look at this. Holy shit.
Oh, can I see the wide receiver list? Pretty sure I know.
Leaning into the robust running back.
So this is probably how I would build my build. Maybe now is when I would go a running back or quarterback, but
you got Pickens. Dak is sitting there.
Who cares about quarterback? I'm going to take a receiver here, and let's see. There's 2 of them that I like right now, and they're the top 2 guys. Well, scratch that. 3 guys. I like Ladd, Rome, and T. T as my wide receiver 4. I mean, again, he's a Nico type guy to where he's got your boom games. He's not an every week guy, but every so often he's going to hit 30-point games. And if you get that from your flex, that's money. Ladd's a guy I project to build upon his rookie season, not last year with Mike McDaniels coming in. And then Rome, obviously he was cooking first 4 games of last year, then got injured and never returned to form. So given the build currently, I am going to go T. Higgins just based solely on this build. So now I got my Amon-Ra for safe, my Jettas for safe, and then Pickens and Higgins for weekly upside boom potential.
Yep.
I like it. I like Higgins there because you know what his targets are going to be, right? The other guys you were looking at, Ladd, yeah, we want it to be big, right? But we don't know. There's a lot of options there. Cincinnati, you've got Chase, you've got Higgins, and he's handing the ball to Chase Brown. Like, that's what you've got there.
Absolutely.
So I love it. And the same goes with Roma Dunze, right? You've got Loveland and Burton that he's got to battle. So I like it with Higgins. And then he's got the opportunity that Chase goes down for a few weeks, right?
Yep.
And that's when Higgins really hits. So I like it. All right. Frankie, we're on you at the 411 here. Who are you thinking?
You know what? Give me Breece Hall for that team right there.
Okay.
I like it.
What are you doing with Breece now at Dynasty that he just signed the extension with the Jets? Are you actually buying the new quarterback next season in 27?
So I'll look at it. I'll do it this way.
Hall to the promised land that we've all been hoping for.
If Breece Hall is offered to me in a trade, I won't automatically reject it. I will actually probably consider it. I won't actively go trade for him, but if the offer is there and it makes sense, I'll definitely accept it.
See, I'm kind of the same way. I'm not actively going to shop for Breece Hall, but let's say I have an A-chain or something and I'm tearing down to Breece Hall and getting something else.
There you go.
That's like the premier
Yes,
time to get
exactly.
Brees Hall.
Yes.
That would be a great tear down because who's to say Brees Hall doesn't outscore Achane this year?
Exactly.
They might end up with the same amount of touchdowns.
Or if you have like JT or Cook and you just want to get a couple years younger, I could see a tear down from those guys.
Sure.
Vice versa.
Sure. I like it. All right. So now I'm on my G-Men squad here, the G-Force. Dart,
Scatterbo,
Nabers. I can't grab Scatterbo here. That's a little too early. So, and Malachi Fields, no.
You can't listen, I love Malachi Fields. You can't take him there. No, you can't.
Take your guy.
No, you're going to grab him at 502. So,
just remember, Nabers might not be available for week 1 and week 2. So
yeah, I know. But this team's young enough. I mean, it's Nabers, Jeanty, Dart.
Oh, I know, but I still
not,
want to take Fields there. No.
I'm not taking Field. I'm just saying Nabers, Jeanty, Dart. Like, I'm not win now, right? This is a young squad.
You know what I would like for that team right there? And I'll just throw it out there. Harold Fannin.
Yeah.
No, why would you say that? That was going to be team's 10 pick. The top 4 receivers and Fannin.
Fannon's not a bad. Yeah, Fannon's not a bad play on here.
Yeah, and a 0.75 TEP. Fannin at this point is an insane value. Going a full round plus later than Warren, I think, is a really good value.
And look at that team. You got Nabers, Jeanty, Dart, and Fannin. Wow. It's a pretty good team there.
That's a young stud at every position.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, man. You guys are talking me into it.
That really is the top 5 dynasty, at least valued player at each.
Come on, Fannin.
I just don't like taking tight ends so early.
I
Again, though, this is not too early for Fannin. I'm just trying to think what my other pick would be.
Well, take Fannin second, and then you can say you got him in the 5th.
Oh, yeah, there you go.
There we go.
Then you got Fannin in the 5th round.
All right. I think with the way this one's building out, I'm going to go Bo Nix. Normally I would take Dak, but Dak's too old for this squad. So
right.
Are we going to go 5, you guys?
Yeah, I'm down.
We're done. Yeah, we'll speed it. I'm down for it.
All right, let's speed it up in round 5. I am going Harold Fannin. You guys talked me into it. I definitely like Fannin over the other tight ends in this range. So I would, I got no problem jumping on that. All right. Back to you, Frankie.
All right. Show me quarterbacks. This is where I have to take a quarterback.
Now it's quarterback time. Okay.
Yeah.
So you're looking at the young gun Mendoza. Then we got Dak. Oh, here we go.
Yeah,
Mendoza,
I can't. Well, if you close that screen and just put it on that screen there. You see how you instead of selecting it, hit the tab because our pictures are blocking everything.
Yeah, I know.
So close that right there, like you're making the pick. Close that whole screen there. Yeah, now go to the quarterback tab. Yeah,
sorry.
This way I can
there
see
we go.
Okay.
Man, I am almost 50, Frankie. You know, it's quite amazing that I'm even able to pull this all.
You know, with this team right here, it is pretty young team. I don't want to take Dak here, but I still think Dak has at least 3 to 5 more years. And I do think he's gonna. You know what? Give me
Cam Ward.
Yeah, I was gonna go give me Cam Ward in here.
Yeah, he's speaking to you like the Green Goblin man.
This is a Cam Ward team.
Give me Cam Ward there.
I knew he was speaking to you like that Green Goblin.
Well, this is the squad you said is going to go out and get its guy.
Yes, correct. Yes, so he's going to get his guy. He's going to get Cam Ward right here.
Hey, I don't mind the bet. I don't love the efficiency numbers from Cam Ward. You can say what you want about how shitty the offense was, and that was all the offense.
But now he's got Dable and he's got Tate,
yes.
And I think he's going to have a better season this year. So I do believe in him this year. So
all right, real quick, guys, we got a couple questions. Let's answer them. Is this PPR? Yes.
Yes.
And for Mr. Carson White, would you trade Coker in a third for Singleton?
Wait, he asked the same question last week.
Yes. Do it. Don't stop hovering on the trade. Yes. Confirm. Singleton and Pollard. Aaron, what are your thoughts on that deal?
I would do the trade. I think Pollard might be better than people think he's going to be this year. And then for the future, I really like Singleton. I think if he would have come out last year and not went back to college, he probably would have been a second or third round pick. I think him going back, and then the foot injury, missing the combine, all that, I think tanked his draft stock. And so I actually I've left Singleton with like 10 of my rookie drafts so far, just getting him in like the 201 to 203 range, because I think he's going to be a 1-year hold. And then next year, both Pollard and Tajay Spears are in contract years this year. They could let them both walk, and Singleton could be the guy.
Yes, Singleton is the only running back other than Khalil Mullings signed through the 2027 season for the Titans. So yes, I think
died on a lot of my taxes.
The arrow is up 27 beyond for Singleton. I would guess the Titans bring in another body because Singleton split time at Penn State, but he was very effective his freshman, sophomore years, not so much junior and senior years, but that doesn't mean he can't do it.
Right.
And so we just hope that he doesn't get relegated, kind of like Spears has been relegated, But that said, Brian Daboll's in the fold now. This is the guy he drafted, right?
Exactly.
You got to think that he likes him, right? And Mr. Carson White, yes, you're very welcome. Glad you got the answer that you needed this week. Thank you for tuning in. We appreciate it. Yes. Check out these other guys on their shows as well. Why don't you guys rattle off your shows here for us, Frankie? When are you on?
We tape on Tuesday, and then I put it out on Thursday. So Thursday, always be scouting. You can find me at dynastyfootballfactory.com. That is the YouTube channel that that show is on, and also you can find me on X as well. I post the show up there all the time as well. So yeah, give us a like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys every Thursday. Every week we got something going on. So,
and you can find him on Mock Draft Monday about every third week as well. All right. Aaron, when are you guys at the Fantasy Bros? When are you guys going to put out your next video, or what day of the week do you usually do?
So generally it's kind of just whenever I can get to it between work schedule. We have a 6-month-old, it's crazy.
Yeah.
I try to get 2 to 3 videos out a week, sometimes more, sometimes less. And then you can find me on Twitter or X at FantasyBroAaron, and I just spew a bunch of nonsense on there, comment on a billion posts just to give my unwanted opinions. But
awesome stuff. All right, well, we look forward to seeing that this week then. But now it is back to you at the 503. Cam Ward just got sniped off the board to the Wild team there, number 11. Back to you with this 4-wide squad. We going 5 wide here or what?
So is this a 3 wide receiver, 2 flex, or what are we talking?
I was 3 wide, 3 flex. So you need to grab another wide receiver in round 6 too.
So my heart of hearts wants another receiver, but I have to go Dak Prescott here. I get a quarterback, I get the stack, 6 point per passing touchdown. It just fits it too good.
You got Pickens. Great pick. I love it. Okay, now 4 running back. Is it possible? Can he walk? Oh my God.
No, you can go Junkins there.
Dude, I like both of their values. Oh my gosh. Okay, let me think here what I got. Love, Hampton, HN, Chase Brown. I'm going to take my boy Baker here.
All right.
We're going to start. We're going to build a winner here. We're going Baker. All right. There we go. Baker is underrated. He is a value.
I have no problem with Baker. I like him.
Yes. Who doesn't like Baker? Come on. All right. Teammate is yours, Frankie. Your Bowers, Burrow, Mahomes, Nico.
And I'm this manager right now is going like this because you didn't take his running back and give me Junkins right here. He's going to take Junkins here. He's happy.
Quinshawn. Is he going to be ready week 1?
He's going to be ready week 1. Yes.
All right. If not, Dylan Sampson's waiting there.
Yeah, Dylan Sampson had his chance last year and didn't do anything. So,
all right, Team 7, Aaron, you got Nico. All right, sorry, Nacua, JD, JT, and Garrett Wilson.
So they're going to go back to the wide receiver and get Ladd McConkey.
There you go.
Nice. Okay, back to me here. I've got May, Caleb, Cook, Olave, and I can't let Kenny Walker slide past that.
All right.
I gotta take him there. Okay.
This team right now is licking his chops right now because he believes in this quarterback that he's taken, and he's going to take Tyler Shuck right here, and he's going to have a stack too, a nice stack right here. So this team is looking pretty hot. I would love to have this team right now.
So that's who I wanted in our real life startup that we're doing.
Yeah.
I have pick 6, so I tried to play the ADP game, and literally I passed on him. I'm like, there's 3 QBs ahead of him. He might make it back. Literally next pick, Tyler Shuck. I'm like,
hey man, it is Tyler Shook's season. He is a hot commodity out there for sure right now. Let's all hope he doesn't have a Will Levis type.
No, don't jinx him like that, please. No, don't put that on me. Listen, I am so high on Shuck right now. He's got weapons. He's got a nice head coach.
I like the old man Shuck. He's a old man already.
That's fine. We'll keep him. We like this team right now. Team 5 is on fire.
So
even with the mistake of taking Tate, which is really not a mistake and should have took a Puka, he's still happy. He's still on fire right now.
No, I like it. It's a sexy roster there, man.
I mean, it's pretty similar to mine that I built like in real life because I had JSN, Drake London, Wilson, Tyson, and I forgot the other receiver, but it's very similar to my actual real life build.
And the one I just went over before with you guys as well. My build that I'm still building now.
Yep. No, it's a great start for a 0 running back.
Yeah.
All right. Are you going to go wide receiver here, Aaron, and go the full side, or what are you looking at?
To me, it's between wide receiver and quarterback. To me, none of the quarterbacks really screaming anything. I think they're all kind of the same tier. I see that Team 3 has 2 quarterbacks. Team 1 has 2 quarterbacks. Team 2 will probably take one on one of his 2 picks. So I'm fine with any of the QBs making it back to me. So I'm going to go wide receiver and go Roma Dunze.
Okay.
Good thought process there. Way to look at the board. Makes sense. You just don't need somebody going off kilter grabbing a third quarterback, right? And with Josh Allen and Lamar Jackson, I am not going to grab a third quarterback. That'd be a waste of time.
Go ahead and take Mendoza. They can mentor him.
Yeah, with that squad.
They can mentor him.
So this is where A.J. Brown, Zay Flowers fit well. Running back. Gotta
Saquon. Yep, Saquon.
Wow, you're going. Yeah, that's the old boy team right there.
This is a Saquon squad for sure.
Yeah. Even Tyler Warren as a young 2025.
Tyler Warren's what, 25?
He's old. He's an old. Yes. Yeah.
Yes. So,
but look at Team 4. Look at Team 4 and Team 5. Look at the 2 teams there. That is
wild.
That is, and they're back to back. Wow, what
same builds. Wow. And then we got Team 10 with the same build.
Yeah.
I am at fault for 2 of those. I have a type.
Yes.
All right. So Team 2 right here is going to take Devontae Smith as their wide receiver. Too.
Nice.
And now Team 1 is pissed. He was definitely getting him.
Devonta Smith hiding down there in the ADP somehow. He is going higher every day, and he'll continue to climb. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if by July he is up in the 4th round, even pushing this range where you took Rice and Tyson and Olave right in that range. He could be, because you'll see his value will climb, especially when AJ Brown moves to wherever. But for now, it's a great deal. Great steal at 5'11". Yes.
Agreed.
All right, Aaron, why don't you finish this off for us? Let us know who you take here at the 512 with your Herbert, Purdy, Bijan, and Ibuka squad.
So with this start, in my opinion, you can literally take any position. I mean, I probably wouldn't take another quarterback, but if you did, you could. But I feel like you could go tight end, receiver, and running back.
And you can let us know who you'd probably take at 601 too, because that definitely plays into it.
So one of my picks would definitely be Tucker Kraft here.
Yes. You have to take Tucker Kraft there. You have to.
Massive value in a 0.75, in my opinion. So love him. And then I would be probably picking a receiver since my only one is Ibuka. So if we have AJ Brown news, it might be him. But as of drafting today, probably go Marv and just hope to hit on, a bounce back upswing year for him.
Yes. And that means that Zay Flowers could make it to my Lamar Jackson, because I considered.
And you know what would be funny? And you know what would be funny? If that happens, if that takes it, look at Team 4 sitting right there with Jalen Hurts and Mekhi Lemon on that team.
Oh, I feel like I would have to do it for the memes, right?
No, that's exactly what you want for a receiver like Mekhi Lemon.
Yeah, you get the stack with that right there, and those wide receivers. Yeah,
that would be.
Quarterback might be a problem, but we can worry about that later.
Yeah.
All right, so. Let's put a bow on this, guys. What do you see from my perspective? The biggest thing that happened here is just the quarterback value continues to fall, right? Yep. And like I said, 4 or 5 years ago,
not in a super flex,
we would be kicked off the air for doing a mock draft like this, right? But now, today's day and age, I think it's just the middle ground at quarterback is so wide, like literally quarterback 2 through 15. You can argue just about any of these dudes. Now, I don't know that. I mean, Baker finished quarterback 5 a couple of years ago, but and Shook, I don't know if he can finish top 5. Dak can, though.
Dak in fantasy can, yes.
Cam Ward, we don't know.
We don't know.
We have no idea.
But on the table and that new offense, possibly.
Bo Nix throws enough. Like I didn't even realize they had the most pass attempts last year.
If you told me Purdy or T-Law outscores Drake May this year, I would not find that crazy at all. In a 6 point.
Absolutely. And T-Law, he has top 5 upside. Yep. Obviously Hurts, Mahomes, all these guys. It's wild how and how the community's adapted, right? Because you could have said the same thing 4 or 5 years ago too. There's a lot of quarterbacks, so that's why you got to get them. But it's just the word's gotten out, and I think the running back, the way the game has changed, that the running backs are booming, and that's why you have 3 running backs here going in the top 9 picks. And it's not even a point per carry league, right? You had Jeanty and Hampton then go in the next 4 picks. So 5 running backs out of the top 16 in a dynasty league.
And tight ends, you have 3 tight ends that are going. That tight ends didn't go that never. You didn't see tight ends go in the first 2 rounds ever. Tight ends were always down further, but with
Kelsey and Kittle were older, right?
But it wasn't like it is now. Like to me, I think the tight end position is evolving into more of, like you said before, a wide receiver type role than just an inline tight end that's just blocking. You're getting those tight ends now coming out of college that can play the slot, can play the H-back, and they're more involved in more offenses now than they were back then. So I just believe that, like you said, the quarterbacks are falling out of the first 2 rounds, and the tight ends are coming in, and more, to me, I rather have 3 strong wide receivers right off the bat on my team than have a running back, unless it's a Bijan Robinson, a Gibbs, like we have here drafted in the first 2 picks. Build your team that way, your foundation that way, and I don't believe you can go wrong. So it is amazing. And like we said before, I'll wait on the quarterback, because unless that quarterback is going to put up 10 to 12 more points than the average quarterback, there's no need to go get a quarterback right now or early in the first 2 rounds. So
yeah, it's so
go ahead, Aaron.
I guess polarizing how the spectrum turns, because you have the guys like us saying yes, down tier from your quarterbacks, but then on my most recent video I had Drake May as a sell, because you can get you can do May in a third for Jaden Daniels in a first. I've seen that happen. So like I would do that in a heartbeat, but I've had people comment on the video that say you could not hold me at gunpoint to sell Drake May. And so it's like the complete opposite ends. You have people that value their guys and people that just will not sell. So fantasy, it's your team. Like who's any of us to tell you how to play? You know, value your players how you value your players. So just funny seeing the polar opposites.
There was a question I saw pop up.
Yes, here. This is a roster construction question. I see it as. So legendary Krakatoa asks, how do you guys feel about Pittman and Myers? Have them as my bench wide receivers. So I'll say quickly, if those are your top 2 bench guys, you're good. Don't roster any more wide receivers. Slim it down. If those are your 2 best guys on your bench, you could get by with one of those guys as your top guy on bench. But if you have both of them, and I'm assuming it's well, he didn't give it all, but we'll assume it's a 12x10 or 12x11, right? Yeah, you don't need any more wide receivers, because those guys are fine. They're going to plug into your lineup. You could even trade one of your top wide receivers to get help elsewhere, and then plug one of those guys in. If it's a 12x11 or 12x12, you know what I mean? Like as his flex. Last flex spot, because Pittman and Myers put up enough points weekly. You don't really want that just wasting away on your bench. You know what I'm saying? So what are you guys thinking?
I'm thinking the same. They're great for buys and great for injuries. So unless you're giving me for those guys, I'm looking for probably 27 second and plus. You're not going to get first, but you'll get 27 second and plus for those guys. And if you're not getting those offers, I would keep them on my team and then fill my roster that way with possible injuries or bye weeks. So that's how I would handle it.
Aaron, what do you think about those guys?
Yeah, exactly the same. They are perfect for injuries, bye weeks, fill in flexes. You don't have to have, Odunze or Ladd on your bench. Like Pittman and Myers, they're going to get the job done, assuming your actual starting lineup is solid.
For sure. These are picture perfect guys that fit into that wide receiver, 20 to 60 range, but they're on the cheaper side, right? So they're worth much more to you on your roster than they would be in what you're going to get in the market. Like Frank said, what are you getting? Are you going to be able to get a 27 second for either of them? I mean, nobody really loves the Pittman to Pittsburgh move, right? And Jacoby Myers is in this big 3-headed monster, 4-headed if you throw Hunter into the mix, like in Jacksonville. So, but they're still going to both put up 900 yards and 5 touchdowns ish. So that's something that's valuable. And especially in Dynasty, like with injuries and whatnot.
Yeah. So don't sell low just because they're on your bench. You want sell high because they're on your bench. And that's the only way I would handle it. They're on my bench. You're going to give me 27 seconds? Sure. We'll talk about it. You want to give me 27 third or lower? Nah, I'll keep them on my bench. Thank you.
And they're on teams where you get one injury. If DK Metcalf goes down, Pittman actually gets consistent then. If Parker Washington or Brian Thomas gets hurt, which probably will happen, Myers gets a boost again. So, yeah, those are both great guys to have. Very savvy guys to have. All right. Anything else you guys want to add? Oh, wait, here's this. My core starters are Chase, G-Dub, and Marv. It's a 12-team start 10. Okay. Yeah. I would just hang hang on to those two. I mean, start 10 means that you could theoretically be starting those guys, depending on who your running backs are. So, yeah.
I would have all three of them in my starting lineup.
Yes. All right. Okay. Anything else you guys want to add quick?
No.
All right. Well, thanks for being here for our first startup mock for Mock Draft Monday. It was a pleasure. We went a little longer. Oh, geez, 2 hours.
Wait, did you mention Nerd Boy? Who is that guy? I forgot who that guy was.
He would have cut out after 1 hour. He can't hang.
Love you, Mike. I love you.
Mike Lamoureux should be back next week. We'll see. But if not, we will be back Thursday night for the DGens Dynasty show on the Dynasty Rewind for your viewing pleasure. For Frank Panthro and Aaron Troll.
Yes.
I want to wish you a great evening, and remember to never stop working.
Win now, brag later. Always got to be scouting.